Virginia colleges are some of the most expensive in the country, with some public colleges costing just as much as some private colleges. And with the effect of the sequester, some students could be seeing less aid.
Yeah, okay, we're going. All right, could you just state and spell your first and last name for me?
My name's Amber Phelps, AMBERPHELPS.
Okay, and what year are you?
I'm a junior.
All right, and you're a
Mass comm broadcast major.
Okay. So you get financial aid, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you have loans or is it grants or?
Some of them are grants, and then I have the subsidized and unsubsidized loans as well.
You know how much you have in that?
I know
You could just give me an estimate.
Total, I mean, it's enough that I get a check back from VCU. It covers all of that, and then I get a refund check of about $1,200, so it covers tuition. And
okay, so you heard about the sequester, right? And I'm pretty sure you got an email. I know Dr. Rao, he sent out an email stating that a lot of students could be receiving 5% less than aid. How do you feel about that? By the way, did you get that email? Did you read it?
I probably got it, and
okay.
yeah.
Well, basically, it just stated that because of the sequester, we could be losing a lot of funding. You said around $23 million. And because of that, around 700 students who are on financial aid could get 5% less. So what are your thoughts about that? And do you feel like it'll affect you?
I mean, I definitely think it could affect me. I'm in that range of students that receive financial aid. It's really upsetting because I depend on financial aid to come to school. Like most families, we're middle class, so it's really hard for us to come up with that amount of money to cover school. I lived in the dorms last year, and we had to pay $1,500 out of pocket for it, and that was a struggle. So, I mean, it's upsetting to think that the sequester is going to affect education when I think our education needs to be built up. So it's definitely troublesome to know that it could affect me.
Okay, do you work now too?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, where do you work at?
I work at Historic Jamestown, the actual archaeological site.
Okay, are you using that to pay for school too? Or?
Well, I commute from home right now, so I'm using that to pay for the gas to and from here and home.
Okay, do you get enough in aid right now? Like, do you feel like your loans could go, like, will it really hurt you if it goes down? Like, if your amount of aid goes down, will that really?
I mean, when I get my refund check, I use all of that for books, for housing when I did live here. So if it went down, I think I would definitely, I would feel the deficit because I wouldn't be able to pay for my books. I wouldn't be able to cover part of the housing. So I definitely think it would affect me if it went down.
Okay, do you get help from your parents as well?
They try, but it's never a substantial amount that would help cover anything.
Okay, could you say that in first person, like my parents try?
Oh yeah. So do you just want me to say the whole thing again?
Yeah.
My parents try, but it's never a substantial amount to cover what the cost of college expenses are.
Okay, how many hours a week do you work at Jamestown?
Over 25.
Okay, so let's say you were to lose a substantial amount of aid. Are you willing to take on more hours to work if, just...
Yeah, I would absolutely have to.
Do you feel like it would affect your schoolwork?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm working 25 hours a week, and I'm finding that it's a struggle to keep up with schoolwork and to make sure that I'm on top of everything for work. So any additional hours at work would definitely affect what I'm doing here. Especially being a mass comm student, you have to come in and check out camera equipment and get the editing bay, so I wouldn't have time to do that.
If you could talk to like a U.S. senator or just any type of politician who's involved in this right now, what would you say to them?
I mean, I would definitely try to give them the student perspective, because sometimes I think politicians work from their mindset. They don't necessarily see the average everyday person, how they're struggling. So I would try to express to them how important it is to me, and how if I didn't have financial aid, I wouldn't be here right now. And that's the case for a lot of students. So if you take financial aid away, then you're taking that opportunity away from so many other students just like me. And you're not bettering the country, you're not bettering the economy when students have to drop out of school because they don't have enough money.
Okay. Also, I just want to touch, we're almost done. I just want to
Okay,
touch
it's fine.
base on something else. A recent study came out. It was done by a private company. I forgot the name of the company, but it showed that Virginia is in the top 10 of states that have public colleges that has tuition going up, but funding going down. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? And the fact that Virginia ranks pretty high on that list.
I mean,
Do you feel like something can be done?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think can be done?
I think funding can be allocated differently, and I mean, it's sad to know that. I mean, our quality of education is really good, and I can understand why tuition prices would be a little bit higher. But I mean, if other states can afford to help their students out, I don't understand why Virginia wouldn't be able to. And I understand that funding has to go to stuff like the military because we're a huge military state and stuff like that. But I just feel like they could allocate the money better so that, you know, that gap would be, it would be minimalized and not grow further. But I mean, I don't know why that's the case, but I do know it's a problem, especially for students that can't go out of state and have to stay in state to pay lower rates.
Okay. Are you from Virginia?
Yeah, I am. I'm from.
So you paid in-state tuition?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get a two-shot. You know what a two-shot is? Okay. In the news story, sometimes you'll see the news reporter's back and her talking, and they do a VO. So, yeah, I want to try to get that. So you might have to figure out that. This is good.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to be standing and talking to her, and then, like, wait. Actually, I can see it from here. Zoom in. Can you see the back of my head? You can't, can't you? Can you see my back?
You're fine.
Okay. All right. All right. Hit record. Okay. All right. Stop it real quick.
On the Middle Peninsula, like near Williamsburg.
So you commute an hour every day.
Yeah.
That's